This morning, the race for governor is expanding. Who's joining the contentious race and how it will shake up the Democratic field.
Plus a consumer alert, how you can avoid warranty scams and deceptive advertising.
And some intersections on the Isthmus can soon be getting a fun makeover. Ahead, how it's going to impact your morning commute.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3. Now this morning on your Monday. I'm Kyrian Lee.
I'm Chris Stanford. Warm enough for you out there? I mean, it's just, if it felt like July almost, that sun, I don't know what it was. Like we haven't felt temperatures like this in a while. It's just roasting.
It's been a few weeks, but it gave me a little extra pep in my step this morning heading out the door. So didn't need that jacket or anything.
Hey, yeah, not too bad out there to start off your Monday. Jacob Montesano in for Savannah this morning. Are we going to hit 80 again today? What do you think?
Yeah, we definitely are. And for those that know me, know I do not like these warm temperatures. But I have to admit, these low temperatures, certainly a lot better than those lower 40s we saw 2 weekends ago. So right around 60 degrees for a lot of the area. Very comfortable this morning. Going to remain comfortable for the next couple of mornings as well. And we're also very dry right now. Just a few light showers out in northern Iowa. But our area expected to be very dry today. Now looking at your bus stop forecast, as I mentioned, comfortable this morning. Plenty of sunshine. We're going to see those warm temperatures, though, really kick in for the afternoon. Highs will be in the lower 80s. So obviously it is going to be fairly warm, easily above normal as well. And across the board, we're going to see highs in the 80s for just about everybody. Maybe upper 70s for places to the east. A little bit more cloud cover for areas to the west. And just for reference, here is a look at the normal high compared to where we're going to be. Both the high and the low will be about 10 degrees above normal. And this is going to continue for a few more days, but I'll let you know when it will come to an end coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. New this morning, another prominent Democrat is now running for governor.
State Senator Kelda Roys is launching her campaign to become the next head of state. Senator Roys serves the state's 26th district, the Madison area. It marks her second time running for governor. The first was in 2018. Before that, she served in the state assembly from 2009 to 2013. She then opened up a small business, and in 2021, voters elected her to the Senate. She is joining Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley in the race for the Democrats. As for Republicans, Waukesha County Executive Josh Schoeman and Milwaukee area businessman Bill Berrien are in. The primary is in August. 6:02 now. This morning we are working to learn more about the pedestrian killed over the weekend in the town of Springfield.
Investigators say the driver hit someone trying to cross Highway 12. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is not releasing any further information at this time about the driver or the crash. The victim's name will be released after the family notification. And investigators continue to work to piece together details surrounding the assassination of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk. On Sunday, authorities said Kirk's alleged assassin, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, is not answering questions, but noted Robinson's roommate is cooperating. Utah County authorities say they are also holding Robinson in a special housing unit so staff can keep a close eye on him. However, they say they aren't aware of any specific suicidal comments from Robinson. A memorial to honor Kirk's life is scheduled to take place on Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Turning now to our continuing coverage on the war in Ukraine. President Trump now issuing a Russian sanction ultimatum to the U.S.'s NATO allies. The president posting on social media that he will issue major sanctions on Russia, but only if the NATO countries issue their own sanctions. He also added that NATO countries should stop buying Russian oil as another way to weaken Russia's negotiating power. Trump also added that Russia's war in Ukraine would end quickly if both of those steps were taken.
Well, as the post went out, both Russia and Belarus were carrying out joint military drills near the Baltic and Barents Seas. Western officials say these exercises were scaled back significantly when compared to similar drills, though, in 2021. However, the drills are coming at a trivial time as NATO continues to deal with last week's Polish incursion.
Looking ahead now, time is running out for TikTok to get a new owner and avoid being banned in the U.S. The ban signed into law last year would prevent TikTok from being sold on U.S. app stores unless its Chinese parent company sells the app by Wednesday. The site's concerns over national security and data privacy. President Trump has delayed the ban 3 times already and could continue that trend with an executive order.
6:04 now. Happening this Thursday, we're hosting the live Call for Action telethon from 4 to 7 p.m.
Call for Action provides advice and helps viewers just like you solve consumer issues, big or small. And this morning, consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn shares Call for Action's consumer advice when it comes to shopping for warranties. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrion, good morning. If you're considering a car warranty or extended warranty, you're definitely at risk of scams. One of our Illinois Call for Action clients saw a TV ad promising she'll never pay for an expensive car repair again. But several months of never missing a payment resulted in battling denied claims for repairs the warranty company had promised to pay for. Call for Action volunteer Jackie Falsh says when it comes to TV ads, celebrity endorsements won't protect you from deceptive practices. Recently, celebrities were named in a suit when the misleading warranty company was taken to court for deceptive practices. Falsh says just because you see a familiar face advertising something doesn't mean you don't have to do your homework.
Take your time before jumping in is the biggest advice we can tell people. We're often working on the back end of that when the problems have come up, and they've come up because they haven't looked at a contract before they signed for it, before they started paying for it. So get that contract, read through it, because usually there are so many exceptions that it's hard to get them to pay for. You just think they're going to pay for everything, and they don't.
The client confirmed she never saw the contract. Call for Action provides advice to avoid situations like this completely, and they're here when you do fall into sticky consumer situations. You can always call for action, and Thursday our volunteers will be in the building answering your calls. I'm hosting that telethon. Join us live at 4.
All right, now Michelle Renee Quinn, what's the process if somebody contacts Call for Action? What do those volunteers do, and what should they expect whenever they call?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first call, they're going to hear your case and they're going to go through that, and then they're going to make a list. And the lead volunteer who you just heard from, Jackie Falsh, she's going to assign those cases to the direct volunteer that's going to best help. So we have experts in Social Security and disability, experts in auto repairs, that kind of thing. So whatever expert you need, Jackie's going to make sure that you have the volunteer that has the best help to offer, basically.
All right, Thursday, 4 to 7.
Yes, and if they don't take your case, they can still give you consumer advice. So be sure to reach out with consumer questions.
Sounds great.
Yes, Michelle Renee, thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, in some more local news this morning, starting at 7 a.m., 3 intersections along West Dayton Street will undergo a makeover, causing closures. It's part of the city's asphalt art safety project. Road closures will be in effect from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily through Friday. This includes intersections at North Bedford, Marion, and Francis Streets. This is near the Madison School District Administration Office. City leaders say data shows asphalt art contributed to a 17% decrease in crashes. The city is collecting speed and crash data to determine if similar designs could improve safety in other neighborhoods.
All right, our Coats for Kids campaign is going on right now, and we need your help, folks, to make sure that those kiddos have some warm stuff this winter. Let's see how many items that you've donated so far. We are up to 556 items. That is a decent start for how long the program has been going on so far this season, but we have a long way to go to reach our goal, and there are so many different ways that you can contribute until October 4th. There's an Amazon wish list. There are drop-off sites across the county. We're partnering up with our good friends at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County once again, and all the information if you want to donate, and we really encourage you to do so. Just head to channel3000.com.
Multiple records were broken during last night's Emmys. Apple TV's new Hollywood satire, The Studio, took home 13 different trophies, including Outstanding Comedy Series and Outstanding Lead Actor for Star and Producer. Severance's Britt Lauer took home the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama, while Hack star Jean Smart took home Lead Actress in a Comedy. 15-year-old Owen Cooper also became the youngest man to ever receive an Emmy. However, HBO's The Pitt took home the crown jewels after winning both Outstanding Drama Series and Best Actor in a Drama Series.
Yeah, a lot of upsets last night.
Yeah.
Too.
I know some people, were looking forward, maybe had some different ideas of what's going on. And I know there are mixed reviews about how the show went last night as well with, Nate Bargatze doing the
headlines are, not to
hosting.
sugarcoat it, but the headlines are not good this morning for Nate Bargatze. Time Magazine says Nate Bargatze blew it as the Emmy host. Variety says he failed as host. The Hollywood Reporter says Bargatze bungles his big opportunity. I mean, he's not for everybody. I mean, he is the most successful comic out there on the stand-up circuit right now. You may have seen him when he came to Madison over the summer, but he's just not resonating. On a big stage like that, I mean, the pressure is high, the expectations are just about as big as they get. So he'll land on his feet. He's got a very successful comedy career as a stand-up. But on the big stage like that, we'll see if he gets another opportunity to host a big award show.
Yeah, from the headlines, maybe not, but we'll see if he redeems himself. Well, let's check in with Jacob. Jacob, we're feeling real summer-like today. I know we have still just a few more days left of summer.
Yeah, and it's going to feel like it's still summer out there. Today, we're going to see a lot of sunshine, highs in the lower 80s. Very similar forecast for tomorrow as well. More sunshine, more highs in the 80s. And as we take a look at the high temperatures over the next 10 days, we're going to continue to be in the 80s through Wednesday, possibly Thursday as well. Now, once we get to the end of the week, we are expecting a good chance of rain, especially Friday into the weekend. And that will cool the temperatures off for the weekend with highs back in the lower 70s. Those lower 70s a lot closer to normal than these 80s. And I'll talk more in detail about that chance of rainfall coming up a little bit later.
Jacob, thank you. Coming up, the Brewers unable to clinch a victory against the Cardinals, but able to win something bigger over the weekend. Ahead, we'll take a look at that and the highlights from the game.
And a new study is finding out the best ways to get your child to go to bed, what a major and changeable factor is impacting your child's sleep.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:14 back with your health news this morning. AI is being used more and more in healthcare, but there's one thing that experts say it can't do, and that is predict suicidal behavior. Researchers found that current AI programs are not accurate at identifying people at high risk for self-harm or suicide. Then again, researchers also said that it's difficult for clinicians to identify patients with a high suicide risk. If you or someone you know is experiencing thoughts of suicide, call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. That number is 988.
A new risk for survivors of cervical cancer. A medical University of South Carolina study found women with a history of cervical cancer have nearly twice the risk of developing anal cancer. Both cancers are caused by HPV. Thanks to screening and the HPV vaccine, cervical cancer now has a 90% survival rate when caught early.
Well, another new study shows the effective ways to get your kids to bed. Researchers published in JAMA, and they found that kids 9 to 11 years old that had homes with family conflict were linked to later sleep times and poor sleep quality. And in homes where parents monitored their kids more and limited screen time, kids slept better. Sleep problems are linked to poor mental and physical health.
Let's check in now with Jacob Montesano getting us ready for our day. What you got?
Well, we're going to see those warm temperatures in the next couple of days with rain expected towards the end of the week, which will cool the temperatures down for the weekend. Now, I've been talking a lot about those warm temperatures. Let's track the rainfall this week. Now, we could see some light showers before that widespread rain that's expected later in the week, mostly for areas west of Madison. Madison and areas to the east will see a lot of sunshine today, more clouds for areas in the western portion of our region with a few light showers near the Mississippi River. Nothing is expected to be too heavy, but then we're going to have a very similar forecast for Tuesday, where we're once again a few light showers during the Mississippi River and certainly more cloud cover the further west you're located. And then once we get to Wednesday, we're going to see a little bit more rain in general to the west of Wisconsin and Iowa and Minnesota. Some of that rain is expected to impact northern Wisconsin as well, but the southern portion of the state is expected to be pretty dry during this period, and that's going to continue for Thursday as well. But in general, for Wednesday and Thursday, areas to the north and areas to the west will have the best chance to see that rainfall. Now, once we get to Friday and Saturday, that rain is finally going to start to push further to the east and impact our region. Now, it's mostly going to be in the form of showers a few isolated thunderstorms are possible, but we're not expecting severe weather. Now, despite the fact that it's mostly going to be showers, it is going to last quite a bit. So once we get towards Sunday, we're still going to see those showers across the area. Now, it's likely not going to be nonstop rain that entire time, but the chance of rain will be there throughout the entire weekend. But because rain will be fairly light when it does fall, we're not expecting large precipitation totals, about 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch for a lot of the area, a little bit more to the west as there is a better chance of rain for you folks. So looking at the full 7 to 10 day forecast, again, very warm for the next few days with just a small chance of rain. Once we get to the weekend, though, those temperatures will be cooler, highs in the lower 70s. And after the weekend, when it does look to dry out a bit, we are going to see 70s stay in the forecast. And in general, the 70s are what we normally are supposed to see this time of the year. These 80s are well above normal. The low 70s are going to be a lot closer to that. But since we're going to be dropping into the 70s and staying in the 70s towards the end of the 10-day forecast, I don't expect to see this many 80-degree days in a row going forward. Now, we're bound to get back to the 80s at some point in the future, but these 80-degree days will be few and far between. So if you like these temperatures, definitely soak them up the next couple of days because it is going to fall for next weekend.
Yeah, nice little warm stretch here. What do you think this weekend? Likelihood of a washout?
It's a little bit unclear because the rain should be fairly light when it does fall. I don't expect to see, completely washout conditions, but not very pleasant in general, with just kind of that light rain kind of just lingering around.
All right, Jacob, thanks for shooting us straight. All right, let's talk Brewers. They have clinched their playoff spot and are looking to pick up some momentum to carry it into the postseason. Crew are looking to sweep the Redbirds Sunday afternoon. Second inning, Cardinals get 2 RBI singles and snag a 3-0 lead. And in the bottom of the 4th, Caleb Durb gets the Brewers on the board with that solo homer. On the 5th, though, Crew still down 2. Danny Jansen knocks one out of here. Not enough, though, to topple the Cardinals. Brewers fall 3-2. They have the day off today and host a series with the Angels starting tomorrow.
Turning now to the Badgers, Wisconsin football faced a tough match against the University of Alabama on Saturday, but sadly they just came up short. The Crimson Tide taking a 28-0 lead before the Badgers could even get their first touchdown. The Badgers didn't score until the 3rd quarter. Wisconsin football would then get one more touchdown in the 4th quarter, but it just wasn't enough. The Crimson Tide taking down the Badgers 38-14.
Your score was pretty darn close.
Yes, I had Alabama 35, Badgers 17, so I think I may have won that week.
All right, we'll see. A lot of season left.
Yes.
Hey, a quick reminder, Wisconsin Huddle tapes tonight. So we're going to have the second episode that's going to be collected. I'm not sure who the guest is tonight. Maybe a mystery guest. Ooh, an intrigue there. Who's it going to be? You can show up for the recording of tonight's Huddle and then watch it Friday at 6:30 right here on WISC-TV.
Let's now talk about the Packers. Titletown got a brief break this weekend after taking up a 2-0 start. In the span of 5 days, the Pack pounded a pair of playoff teams, and they say they're just getting started. For Jordan Love, the start this squad had is exactly what they planned on. The Packers will take on the Cleveland Browns this Sunday at noon.
A couple of Packer rivals squaring off here. Lions hosting the Bears, and this one was a blowout. Lions must have been salty about losing to the Packers in Week 1. Jared Goff put up 334 yards and 5 touchdowns on Jacob's Bears. Lions win at 52-21. Did I get that score right, Jacob?
Yes, is my response.
I'm sure this was a tough one to watch.
Oh, yeah.
At least we have the same record as the Chiefs.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Nice.
There's
Nice.
one. Yeah. Chiefs not looking too good to start off the season.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Yeah, I'm not sure they're not focused right now. Or maybe they've ran their course. We're not sure yet. But there's still a lot of season left.
Yeah,
So we're not counting them out just yet.
They still got a lot of talent. I wouldn't count them out.
Yes, just as long as we don't end up like the Bears, we're good. We're good. Well, still ahead, tastes like summer, literally. How 2 companies are teaming up to turn sunscreen into dessert.
And coming up in our next half hour, how you can help create a new flavor of ice cream while also helping out Madison teenagers.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's trending this morning. So my question for you all is, would you try sunscreen flavored ice cream?
Definitely not on my end.
I don't know. It smells good. I mean, it smells like coconut and, the beach.
But haven't you ever put your sunscreen on your face in your face wash, and then you accidentally got it on your lips, and you licked your lips, and you're like,
Like chemicals in it.
That SPF flavor is not it.
I like the smell of chlorine, but I wouldn't want chlorine-flavored ice cream.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
That is a great point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, well, check this out. Van Leeuwen Ice Cream and Carnival Cruise Line teamed up for an unusual collaboration celebrating the end of summer. So they created a sunscreen ice cream for a marketing campaign. So the ingredients include coconut cream, cocoa butter, vanilla extract, and sea salt.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good to me.
It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound bad. And
Will it actually taste like sunscreen, though?
I think it's just supposed to give you the vibe.
I guess, yeah.
So you can't buy it in stores right now, but they are trying to see how much buzz it creates to see if they can offer this for a limited time. There have been some people who have trialed it already, like special people that have trialed it, and they said it's actually not too bad after all.
And how much are they running for this sunscreen ice cream?
I don't know yet. I guess I'll find out.
Always looking at the dollar amount, the bottom line. Right?
Yeah.
I gotta know these
They
things.
actually have reasonable prices normally for these crazy flavors.
Okay.
So there you go.
Worth a shot. Keep it here. We're back with more News 3 Now this morning after this.
This morning, police continue to search for a motive in the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. What people close to the suspect are telling investigators.
And just in the latest high-profile Democrat to enter the governor's race.
Plus, think you've got the next big scoop? How your ice cream flavor idea could become the next chocolate shop sensation that benefits local teens.
How come we're always talking about ice cream?
Why not talk about ice cream is the question.
Ice cream, getting a lot of buzz.
Yes.
Here on News 3 Now this morning.
As it should. It's a year-round treat.
It's pretty delicious.
Yes, and perfect for today, even
Yeah.
more so. I think we have 6-ish days left of summer or so, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, 80s over the weekend. More 80s in the forecast. Jacob Montesano, the bearer of all that good news this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. Right now we're seeing temperatures in the lower 60s, so very comfortable out there, and these low 60s will become low 80s later in the day. Now, on top of that, we're not really going to see much rainfall. Very dry across the Midwest and Great Lakes region. Maybe a few showers near the Mississippi River today, but if you do see rain in the western portion of our area, it will be very, very light. Looking at the bus stop forecast, very comfortable right now, and that's going to continue through the morning with temperatures in the 60s. Plenty of sunshine, and the sunny skies are going to continue later in the day, but it is going to get pretty warm with those high temperatures rising into the middle to lower 80s. Likely going to stay in the 80s. Some areas may get to around 87, 88, but I don't expect to see any 90s across the region. But overall, temperatures will be pretty similar for everybody. Might be staying in the upper 70s for places to the east, but a very summer-like day, and it's going to remain summer-like for a few more days, but I'll talk about when we're going to see those cooler temperatures coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. New this morning, another prominent Democrat is now running for governor.
Democratic State Senator Kelda Roy is launching her campaign just moments ago to become the next head of state. Senator Roy is serving the state's 26th district. That's the Madison area. It marks her second time running for governor. The first was in 2018. Before that, she served in the Assembly from 2009 to 2013. She then opened a small business. In 2021, voters elected her to the Senate. Now she is the third high-profile Democrat to enter the race for governor, along with Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. As for Republicans, Waukesha County Executive Josh Schoeman and Milwaukee area businessman Bill Berrien are running. The primary is August 11th. Now to new details emerging about the suspect charged with killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
The Utah County Sheriff says 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is being closely watched in a special housing unit and could appear in court tomorrow. Authorities say he is not answering questions. Robinson's roommate has shown investigators Discord messages mentioning a rifle and bullet casings with anti-fascist inscriptions matching evidence collected. His family members tell police the suspect mentioned Kirk would be in Utah ahead of the event.
Does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family.
Meanwhile, vigils for Kirk across the country, including at the Kennedy Center. Kirk's public memorial service is scheduled for Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The president says he plans on attending.
President Trump says that he's ready to level more sanctions on Russia. It's on the condition that all NATO countries stop buying Russian oil. The president's weekend announcement came as Romania became the second NATO country to report a Russian drone incursion. Last week, Russia launched a series of drones over Polish airspace, marking Russia's most serious incursion of another country since it launched its war against Ukraine.
Let's turn now to the war in Gaza. Aid workers report a sharp increase in the number of people leaving Gaza City as Israel intensifies its attacks. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Marco Rubio traveled to Israel over the weekend to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He's seeking clear answers on finding a way forward in Gaza, especially as Israel faces criticism for strikes in Qatar. So far, Israel's offensive has killed nearly 65,000 people. Gaza's health ministry does not specify how many casualties are civilians versus combatants. However, they report that about half of the casualties are women and children.
Looking ahead, House Republicans are expected to vote on a stopgap funding bill this week. GOP leaders want to keep the government open through November the 20th. However, the White House is pushing for a longer extension into January. The September 30th deadline is complicated by a House recess for the Jewish holidays. That leaves little time to avoid a shutdown. It all comes as Democrats are signaling it'll be a tougher fight this time around.
The race for New York City mayor is heating up. Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani has just earned the endorsement of New York Governor Kathy Hochul. Hochul praised Mamdani as a leader focused on making New York City more affordable. She added that they both share a commitment to keeping people safe and creating opportunities for growth. The heated election is set for November 4th.
To more local news now. This morning, the Rock County Sheriff's Office is investigating after a Delavan man died in a motorcycle crash. It happened in the town of Johnstown just after 6:30 yesterday morning. Multiple units responded to East County Highway A east of North County Highway M. The sheriff's office says that the man didn't clear a left turn. He then hit a mailbox and a power pole and was thrown from the motorcycle. He died at the scene. His identity will be released later.
Now to other news. Wisconsin is no stranger to tailgates, but this weekend, community members participated in a different type of tailgate. The River Food Pantry teamed up with 11 local chefs and celebrities to host the Sips and Slices fundraiser. Each chef represented their favorite team and put their own spin on tailgate classics.
Kind of doing a play on a McRib sandwich. I'm calling it the Ribwich just because I don't want any, don't want to get sued. Basically, we're making everything from scratch, from the bread to the pickles to the meat to the barbecue sauce.
The local celebrity and chef show off a meal. Attendees then vote on which is the best. The winner is crowned the 2025 Best Tailgate Slide Awards. The proceeds go back to support the River Food Pantry. Last year, they gave away more than 3 million pounds of food to people in need.
All right, way to go. To the Brewers now. They have clinched a playoff spot and are looking to pick up some momentum to carry them into the postseason. Crew looking to sweep the Redbirds Sunday afternoon. Second inning. Cardinals up to bat. They're going to get a couple of RBI singles in the inning and build a nice little 3-0 lead. Moving ahead, bottom of the fourth, Caleb Durb up to bat for the Crew. And he is going to get the Brewers on the board with a solo homer. Just too much for the Brewers to handle. They could not get the offense going yesterday. Cardinals avoid the sweep. 3-2 the final. Cardinals get the day off today and will host a series with the Angels starting tomorrow. Well, today is your last chance to submit a flavor idea for Chocolate Shop Ice Cream's flavor contest.
You can enter your ideas online at chocolateshopicecream.com or visit Chocolate Shop locations right here in Madison. The community will vote on the top 3 submissions. The winning flavor will be announced on October 8th. Sales from the winning flavor will support the Teen Works program. Last year's winning flavor was apple cider donut. And I'm just thinking like an actual apple cider donut warmed up with some actual like vanilla ice cream on top. That would be good. So inside of this ice cream, I bet it was also very good.
Sounds pretty nice. Sounds pretty nice. Jacob, he's got his thing when it comes to ice cream.
Yes, he has some ideas that he thinks that, you know, maybe ice cream shops around the way should take.
Yeah, now before I say this isn't an original idea, but when I took a vacation to Nashville, we went to this ice cream shop where you can choose from a bunch of different cereals, and they would like smash the cereals like into the size of like sprinkles and put it on the ice cream, and it was amazing. And I think we should just in general have more kind of cereal flavored ice cream. So that would be my idea. Again, not original, but I gotta throw that out there. Now, let's talk about the temperatures over the past 2 weeks because they really have been a little all over the place with the slow incline. We saw those temperatures only in the 60s about 2 weeks ago, and lately we've been in the lower 80s. Now, because we had that very cold start to the month, the departure from normal is we're still below normal for the entire month here in Madison, but these temperatures are going to continue to be on the warmer side for the next couple of days. We're going to see those highs in the 80s through Wednesday, possibly Thursday as well, but then we will see that rainfall for the end of the week, cool the temperatures off. I'll talk more in detail about that rainfall a little bit later, but unfortunately, it does look like it will last throughout the weekend, but I'll have more details after the break.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Coming up in your consumer news, when prices go up, you might switch to a cheaper alternative, but there's one item Americans are not letting go of.
And TV's biggest night right here. The night's best moments ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In your consumer news this morning, Facebook users might soon receive payments tied to the company's $25 million settlement. This stems from the Cambridge Analytica scandal. The now closed marketing firm was accused of improperly accessing Facebook user data to target voters during the 2016 presidential election. Multiple lawsuits claimed Facebook allowed user information to reach third parties without permission. If you filed your claim before August 2023, you could be getting your payout soon. The amount depends on how long you used Facebook. The claim period covers May 2007 to December 2022. So watch for an email to let you know that money is coming.
You probably noticed your grocery bill going up, especially when it comes to beef. And the price has shot through the roof over the last year. It's up nearly 14%. A year ago, Americans were paying about $5.50 a pound. Now it's up to about $6.30. Economists say tariffs, drought, and higher demand than supply are all to blame. And S&P Global report shows that despite the sky-high prices, Americans have not cut back on beef this year.
When prices of protein go up the way they have been going, especially with beef, consumers will switch to another protein. But we just haven't seen that yet with consumers. And beef still is the choice protein to go to.
We go for comfort food, burgers, and beef.
Department of Ag projections suggest that the price of beef could shoot even higher in 2026.
Gooder Foods is recalling some batches of its vegan is believe in plant-based white cheddar. And here comes truffle cheddar pastas. The FDA warns the product labels don't warn consumers that these flavors may contain milk or cashews, respectively. This could cause severe or life-threatening reactions for people with dairy or nut allergies. Consumers can return the recalled products to the place of purchase for a refund.
Weekend box office, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle making history as the first Japanese anime to debut at the top spot. It raked in $70 million. Horror sequel The Conjuring Last Rites nabbed the second spot with $26 million. And the period film Downton Abbey, the grand finale, rounded out the top three, bringing in $18 million.
One of the biggest treats is coming from Home Depot this Halloween. Take a look here.
Oh, what are these?
Some people are going wild over this limited edition Homer bucket.
Oh, yeah.
It costs nearly $3 and looks like the store's traditional contractor bucket, but with a spooky twist, of course. The bucket has gone viral as people share their stories of success or disappointment in finding one.
Oh, are they like hard to find or something?
Yeah, apparently
Okay.
people are going like, it looks like the Home Depot bucket.
Yeah, you can
here,
get the
but-
Homer bucket
Yeah.
and just, stencil in some scary pumpkins on it.
Yeah, but I mean, people are going crazy for this $3 bucket, so there you go.
Okay. Hey, whether you're a Badger fan or not, today after 5 p.m., Chipotle's offering buy one, get one free entrees to all football fans who wear college jerseys at participating locations. The deal is limited to 5 free items per check and must be claimed in person.
I think there'll be a lot of
There you
people
go.
digging up a jersey today.
Hey, you and
Not
a
a bad
buddy,
idea.
You and a friend going out and have some lunch, wear your jerseys.
Yeah, why not? Well, let's check in with Jacob. He has 3 things you should know on this Monday.
Yeah, we're going to see those warm temperatures continue with rain towards the end of the week, and by the time the rain hits, that will cause those temperatures to cool down, but much closer to normal by the time we get to the weekend. Now, let's track the rainfall. I've been talking a lot about the temperatures, but looking at the rainfall forecast for today, there is a small chance of rain for areas near the Mississippi River in the form of a few light showers. Madison and areas to the east almost certainly going to be dry with a lot of sunshine, but more more clouds for sure the further west you're located. And tomorrow we'll have a very similar forecast. Some cloudy skies to the west with a small chance of some isolated showers, especially near the Mississippi River. Now, once we get to Wednesday, most of southern Wisconsin still remains dry, but there is going to be a little bit more rainfall for areas west of Wisconsin entirely across Minnesota, Iowa, and some of that rain is expected to impact northern Wisconsin as well. So for Wednesday and Thursday, in general, areas far off to the north and far off to the west will have the best chance to see that rain, whereas Madison and areas to the south and east likely to stay dry. Now, once we get to Friday, that rain is expected to push further to the east, still kind of struggling to get across the entire state. Madison still not expect to see a lot of rainfall Friday, but once we get to the weekend, we are going to see more rain move into the area, mostly in the form of showers. A few isolated thunderstorms could be possible, but this is mostly going to be light to moderate shower activity, but it is expected to last potentially throughout the entire weekend. Now, because that rainfall is going to be light, we're not going to see huge rainfall. Total is about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch right now for Madison, a little bit more to the west as there are more chances of rainfall. But despite the fact that we're not going to see a lot of rain, the chance of rain will be there for quite a bit. Again, kind of starting Friday and continuing throughout the weekend, it's likely not going to rain nonstop that whole time, but a few on and off light showers will be possible. So not ideal conditions for next weekend. It will cool the temperatures down, and those temperatures do look to stay in the 70s for next week after that rain clears out. But until that rain moves in, we're still going to see some 80s, and that's going to be the case through at least Wednesday, maybe Thursday as well. So if you like the warm temperatures, definitely soak up the conditions over the next couple of days.
All right, things looking good. I am enjoying these 80s while I can. Jacob, thank you. Now to some entertainment news this morning. The Apple TV series, The Studio, broke the Emmy record for a comedy. And on the drama side, The Pit reached new heights.
Dina Demetrius is in LA to wrap up the 77th Emmy Awards.
This is insane. Thank you so much to the Academy.
HBO Max's medical series The Pit came out on top at this year's Emmys, winning for Outstanding Drama Series and Best Actor in a Drama Series for star Noah Wyle.
What a dream this has been. The Studio.
With 13 trophies, the Apple TV Hollywood satire The Studio set a record for the most wins by comedy in a season, including Outstanding Comedy Series and Outstanding Lead Actor for star and producer Seth Rogen.
I'm legitimately embarrassed by how happy this makes me.
Hack star Jean Smart won Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy for the 4th time, and Severance's Britt Lauer won Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama.
Getting to play this role in all of her layers has been a real kind of meeting of a soulmate.
Netflix's crime drama Adolescence scored the Emmy for limited or anthology series, and its 15-year-old star Owen Cooper became the youngest male Emmy winner ever.
You really don't know what to say, really, but yeah, it just means the world to me.
The audience rose to its feet when The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which is in its final season, won Best Talk Series.
I want to thank CBS for giving us the privilege to be part of the late night tradition.
In addition to the awards, viewers were treated to a number of tributes to iconic TV shows.
Thank you for being a friend.
Reba McEntire sang the Golden Girls theme in honor of the comedy's 40th anniversary. The Law & Order franchise and Gilmore Girls also marked milestones. Dina Demetrius, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A little louder there.
I was singing the Golden Girls theme song. It's the best.
On. Yeah, sing it for the people. Wake them up this morning.
The thing is about the Golden Girls theme song is I don't know all the words to it. Like,
it's like, thank you for being.
I get about 15 words into it, and I'm like.
then the next thing you know, you sound like a hunka burning love.
That's fair. That's
okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Not bad.
All right.
Yeah. A night full of surprises, to say the least. Well, coming up in the morning sprint, the fight over nonstick cookware. Why some people in California are calling for a ban.
If you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. Back after this. .53, time for the morning sprint.
New this morning, Senator Kelda Roys is announcing her bid for governor. Roys is the senator for the 26th district serving the Madison area. This is her second time launching her gubernatorial bid, the first time being in 2018. She is the 3rd high-profile Democratic candidate to enter the race. The primary election is set for August 11th.
Investigators continue piecing together details surrounding the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Authorities say Kirk's alleged assassin, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, is refusing to answer questions. However, Robinson's roommate is cooperating. A memorial honoring Kirk's life is set for Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
President Trump says he's ready to level more sanctions on Russia on the condition that all NATO countries stop buying Russian oil. The announcement comes as Romania became the second NATO country to report a Russian drone incursion. This after Russia launched a series of drones over Polish airspace.
New this morning, President Trump threatening to issue another federal emergency in D.C. Trump posting the comment on Truth Social early this morning, while also criticizing D.C.'s mayor for saying that D.C. police will stop working with federal immigration officials. The post did not include a timeline on if and when the president could move forward with the action. It comes just a week after the previous federal emergency expired.
A fight is brewing in California over a proposal to ban PFAS, the so-called forever chemicals in nonstick cookware. Teflon, a common nonstick coating, is under scrutiny due to potential cancer risk when overheated. While health experts urge caution, celebrity chefs argue that nonstick pans are safe with proper use and warn that a ban could impact home cooks.
Starting this morning, right now, 3 intersections along West Dayton will close for the city's Asphalt Art Safety Project. The roads will be closed every day until Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. It includes intersections at North Bedford, Marion, and Francis Streets. It's near the Madison School District admin offices. The city will collect data to see if it'll improve safety.
The 77th Emmy Awards premiered right here on WISC-TV. The Pit dominated, winning Outstanding Drama Series and Best Actor for Noah Weil. Apple TV's The Studio set a new record, clinching Outstanding Comedy Series and Lead Actor for Seth Rogen. In a historic win, 15-year-old Owen Cooper of Adolescence became the youngest male Emmy winner ever, with the crime drama also dominating.
Rock County Sheriff's Office investigating after a Delavan man died in a motorcycle crash in the town of Johnstown. Multiple units responding to East County Highway A, east of North County Highway M, just after 6:30 yesterday morning. The man died at the scene from his injuries. His identity has yet to be released.
And looking at a final check of your 10-day forecast, warm the next several days, but then showers are expected towards the end of the week that will cool the temperatures off for the weekend.
All right, thanks, Jacob. CBS Mornings is coming up next.
Our next newscast is at noon. Have a great day.